Okay, so this video is specifically designed for any agent interested in selling final expense that is brand new or considering selling final expense and looking for a blueprint or a process to give yourself the best opportunity to start on the right foot and give yourself the best opportunity for success as quickly as possible. My name is David Duford. I own Duford Insurance Group. I train and recruit agents nationally to sell final expense Medicare and annuities face-to-face and over the phone. If you'd like to learn more about my agency, there should be links above or below. Click them and learn more. Thanks for watching as always, and make sure you subscribe and like this if you happen to enjoy the content. So the reason I'm putting this together is really to help those of you out there, again, if you're looking at my agency or not, doesn't matter to me, but to give you the best steps of success if you've never sold final expense and are considering selling final expense, or maybe you're unlicensed and you're looking to get licensed to sell final expense. Because starting strong is so important in this business, guys. So many people, in fact, approximately 90% of agents in the first year across the entirety of insurance fail out of the business. And there are some very big reasons why this is the case that will kind of interweave into the points that I'm about to make. So it's important to make sure you start the right way. It is possible that you could start the wrong way, and that just exponentializes your chances of failure. We don't want that because this business truly is awesome if you do it the right way. So let's jump into some highlights here to give yourself the best chances of success in the beginning of a final expense career. So first of all, so important, make sure you choose the agency that is best for you. So here's the thing, there's a lot of good agencies. There's also a lot of bad agencies in the final expense space. But sometimes a bad agency for one agent is actually a good agency for another. So there's no such thing as being able to suggest an agency that's going to be a perfect fit for every single type of agent. This is one of the biggest reasons why agents fail at such a high rate. They are sold a bill of goods. They are sold the blue sky dream of wealth and success, and how that is only sustainable or winnable through said one type of agency. And many times what people are promised are not delivered. So guys, it's critical. You've got to do your due diligence. You've got to do your work on the front end to find the best agency. Why? Because it's evidence, proof is in the pudding. So many people fail, and to think that you're not a part of that potentially, to be a statistic of that, is being naive. So make sure that you do your due diligence. Ask about references to the agency you're looking to join. Ask and compare how commission levels work. Ask and compare how training works from one agency to another, and support, camaraderie, culture, etc. And what you're going to find as you go through this due diligence process is you'll find the many opportunities that are out there start to whittle down to a few. So do your due diligence to begin even before you join and start the process of selling. Second of all, and this is critical, a lot of agencies don't support this. They want you to buy their cheap shared leads, their cheap internet shared leads, their cheap direct mail resold age leads. You need to get into a fresh and exclusive, potentially, I think, direct mail lead program. If you're face-to-face, and if over the phone, you need fresh and exclusive leads, typically of the internet kind. So why is this important? Well, here's the thing, guys. You need to look at this business honestly. Your chances of failure are pretty high, okay? And what you need to take away, hopefully, part of this, is that you give yourself every odd or edge possible to have success in the business, right? So in other words, if you look at leads as being opportunities to sell insurance, isn't it logical to want the best opportunities for success? Of course it is. So why would you opt for a lead that sent a card in 12 months ago and has already talked to 5 people before you're the 6th guy to show up and try to sell them? The odds of success are lower. There's success potential in those leads, don't get me wrong, but overarchingly, there is a big problem and there's not the same kind of edge as a fresh lead. So a fresh lead is one that was recently generated, and of course exclusivity means that it's yours and it's not resold. And if we think about it logically, it's not very hard. Isn't somebody who just requested information on getting final expense a higher quality lead than one who did it 6 months ago? And don't you feel better as an agent when it's your lead and it's not going to get shared around to a bunch of different agents? Hopefully that makes sense. So this is why I endorse fresh and exclusive leads. Well, why don't a lot of other organizations do that? It's because if you start doing your due diligence, you'll see a lot of them encourage you to buy aged leads. Well, it's twofold. Maybe one on some level is a good recommendation, but on the another one, it's a more nefarious one. The good reason why, I guess, is because they're kind of practice leads. It's easier to get the mistakes out of the way on a cheaper lead and not feel like you've blown a lot of money. So there is that argument. And for some agents, we offer aged leads, and it makes sense for them if that's what they feel. But the more nefarious reason why you're getting these aged leads resold to you, or you're getting these fresh leads that are resold multiple times, is this. They are a profit center for the agency or the marketing organization you're joining. If you're calling on leads and they're saying you're the fifth guy, sixth guy, whatever, to contact you, those leads are not being sold just to you, they're being sold to other people. And what happens is the insurance agency profits that many times above and beyond their acquisition cost. And it becomes a huge enterprise, a money-making enterprise, to resell leads to make a profit off of you before you have the opportunity to make a sale. And for me personally, just my opinion, I've always thought it was kind of, unethical, certainly not the highest of integrity, to make money off of an agent before you make money, because it clouds the goal alignment of what really matters with the relationship. In my business, any agency owner, they make money when you make a sale. We call that overrides, right? Well, if an agency's making money when they sell you leads and they resell you leads, or they make money on required boot camps or membership fees to get access to the training, they're monetizing you, and you're as much of a prospect as the client that you sell insurance to. And they can make money off of you even if you never make a sale. I never liked that. Maybe it's intelligent, I don't know. I just always thought it was kind of, nefarious is the word that I would use. So anyways, back to the main point. Buy fresh and exclusive leads to give yourself the best chance of success as you start off with final expense sales. And number 3 on here, get trained up, okay? There is an element where you're just gonna have to be thrown to the wolves and have to kind of learn from your mistakes in the field. But the problem in this business is that it's taken to its extreme. People just literally get you contracted, agencies do. They make you watch a video or two and read the script and then expect you to go out there and make a lot of sales. And again, some people do, but the vast majority fail out. Now, there's a lot that fail out that probably wouldn't have any chances of success, but there's this middle group of people that if they were better trained, they would have better chances of success. So what you should be looking for in an agency is to give you the training necessary to adequately prepare you before you jump in with both feet. And that all that requires is some combination of live training, one-on-one training, have the ability to watch videos, review scripts, interact with your trainer to get advice custom tailored to you. This should be a normal part of the final expense agency experience, because that's, after all, you're learning a skill just like somebody who's learning electrical work or construction work. You're learning the skill of persuading people, plus the understanding of how to sell and understand insurance products. So you should have some time to learn the business before you go out there and sell. You don't need to spend months doing it, but you should have a couple of weeks of preparatory time before you go out there and make things happen for sure. If you're not going to get that, you're not going to start as strong as you arguably might be able to. And the number 4, and this is important, kind of hinted to it earlier. Take massive action within the first 15 to 20 days after you submit your carrier contracts, okay? There is a spirit with some people that they want to aggressively be ready. They want to be absolutely perfect before they go out there and sell a single product in their understanding and execution. But there's a paradox to anything in a skill-based activity like sports, or in our case, selling final expense. The paradox is this: you're not going to know everything until you do it. So that means when you first do it, you don't know everything, and you're painfully aware of this. I assure you, there's no way to reconcile this. You're going to get ready up to a certain point. There's what we call diminishing returns on your preparation. And then it's by the execution of your strategy that you go out there and help people with insurance needs that your understanding and skill level naturally elevates. So why is this still okay to do if you're only partially ready and partially mastered the skill set that you have? Well, you're still a relative expert to your clients, and any mistakes you were to make, you can always go undo them. And truly, there is a lot to be learned by making mistakes live in the field. I don't encourage you to make mistakes, but we will anyway. The key is to learn the lesson that comes from that mistake the first time around, never to repeat it again. And then what you'll find is after 50 to 100 presentations, you generally kind of know your way around the business. You're not making the same mistakes, and you start to see the same patterns, trends, things repeat themselves, and there's an air of familiarity with it. But again, to get to that point, you have to start inadequate, and there's no real way around that. But you got to just embrace the suck, okay? You got to embrace the fact that it's gonna, be tough for the first couple of weeks, first couple of months. You're gonna kind of get yourself situated, and then as time progresses, it will ultimately become a little bit easier, slowly but surely. So to summarize here, if you want your best chances of success in the final expense business, here's what you need to do. Number one, take your time, do your due diligence so that you find the best agency for you. Number two, make sure that you understand the importance and invest into fresh and exclusive final expense leads. Don't be hoodwinked to buy the age stuff and be convinced that it's similar or the same as a fresh and exclusive lead. Number three, take your training seriously. Yes, this is performance-based. Yes, you should be prepared. Yes, you should be trained up. If somebody suggests that you just jump out there and do it after a couple of days, it's, I think, a bit silly and naive to believe that. And last but not least, definitely do take massive action. Don't train and study and look at the script for months on end before you give it a shot. Be okay with being partially prepared, because that's just the nature of any performance business. You will get better over time. Hope this gives you some guidance on how to give yourself the best opportunity to start in the final expense business. If you'd like to learn how you can start selling final expense with the Ford Insurance Group, click the links above or below. It'll take you to my website where you can absolutely learn more. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.